up. We've been through the fire, and now it's time to wake up. We're about to go higher. From Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes. It's been a long time coming, but we here now. Scattered all around the world, hidden in the midst of the nations. We was taken from far away, across the Atlantic, a slave trade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They came in disguise with their Lord. Their intentions was evil for sure. What kind of people that would do such a thing like this? Yeah. Stacking humans on top of each other, ripping children from their mothers, and making example of their fathers. Oh, honey, is this up? We've been through the fire, and now it's time to wake up. We're about to go higher. From Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes. Sometimes it hurts so bad, the situation of my people, it's sad. They move around like the walking dead, no assurance of their life cause they live with fear. Who are them cursed people? They always at the bottom, those people. Head shaking at those people. Every nation hates those people. We here now, stand, my people. We coming into our heritage. You better wake up, this ain't no fairy tale.
Shalawam, shalawam. Man, we need to hear this song. We need to put it in our hearts and our mind and our soul. We're going to give all praises to the Most High YAHAWAH. All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH, Abanawi YAHAWAH, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the power of Israel, our brother, our friend, Hamashiach Yahawashi. Listen, all the Ahchs out there, Aquas out there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share. Man. And before we get into this lesson, I'm going to just let this play a little bit longer, man. Hopefully you enjoying this. Once again, let's give all praises to our Abanawi YAHAWAH. Call Halal YAHAWAH Bahasham Mashiach Yahawashi. Barakatam.
Our Elohim, he's here. He's restoring our stolen identities. And you know what this really, really means. We up next. Oh, honey, is this up? It's up. We've been through the fire, the fire. Now it's time to wake up, wake up. We're about to go higher, go higher. From Hebrews to Negroes, to Negroes, Hebrews to Negroes, from Hebrews to Negroes, yeah, Hebrews to Negroes.
Shalawam, that was so beautiful. The water for that brother making that beautiful song with a beautiful song, man. I know it was a long intro, but for those who stayed tuned in, I hope you enjoyed that song. We know the time is coming of our Passover, you know, so this is what I wanted to bring out to go over a few scripts about the Passover that's coming up. It's coming upon us very soon, so we're going to go through a few scriptures. Once again, shalom to all the Malaks out there, all Aquas out there. And let's just dive right into the scriptures, right? As always, I like to start with Proverbs chapter 3, the rewards of wisdom. We must be walking in wisdom. Don't be a simple-minded one. They get caught in the snares and in the traps. Proverbs 3:1. My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. Verse 2. For the length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Verse 3. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them upon thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Verse 4. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of Elohim and man. Verse 5. Trust in YAHAWAH with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And as always, ending on Proverbs 3 and 7. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear YAHAWAH. One more time. Fear YAHAWAH and depart from evil. Let's go ahead and dive into the scriptures now. I'm going to be starting at Genesis. I don't know why I pushed that. Genesis chapter 15. The reason I'm starting at Genesis 15 because this is our forefather. This is why we say the power of Abraham, which is why I say Allah. Allah in the Hebraic or Aramaic just means power. And Elohim, which in Yiddish or modern Hebrew, they would say Elohim. But I'm speaking the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which would be Elohim, which means powers. We'll be in Genesis. Let me blow this up some so you guys can see real good. Genesis chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 6. Okay. Genesis 15 and 6. And he believed in YAHAWAH, who? Abraham, right? Or Abram at this time. And he believed in YAHAWAH, and he counted it to him for righteousness. And he said to him, I am YAHAWAH that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said, this is the Shaddai, right? Let me show you. Right. So right here it says,
Strong's H 3069, YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH.
Right. See, and this is why I say YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH, because this is YAHAWAH, right? So that's why I say that. So this word right here where it said Lord in the front is master, because it says Adonai. And if you click on that H136, which means my Lord, which is my master, right? The title spoken in place of course, they say Yahweh, but it's YAHAWAH in Jewish display, right? So just to let you know why I say the things that I say, right? Okay, let's get back to the screen. So you will inherit that land, basically. Verse 9, and he said unto him, take a heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. And he took unto him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. Verse 11. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Verse 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. Verse 13. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger. This is why I'm reading this. Shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And they shall afflict them 400 years. That's why I played that song in the beginning. If you listen to it, if you didn't, please rewind it, go back, listen to that whole song again. It says 400 years is up, right? And we know that this 400 years has been passed because Moses led his people out of Egypt. But we're back in Egypt again under captivity again from when we were brought over here as cargo. So it has been 400 years and people are waking up, like the brothers and sisters that are watching this at this time. And now we're edifying one another, all due to the prophecies, coming back to his law, statutes, and commandments, and not forsaking his ways. So this was a prophecy that Abraham was given by the Most High YAHAWAH. Verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. What a beautiful thing. Not the 400 years, but coming out with great substance at least, right? Verse 15, and thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it came to pass that when the sun went down, and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. Verse 18, in the same day, Yahweh made a what? Covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed I given this land, Salakia, for the river, from the river of Egypt unto the great river Euphrates, right? And these are basically all of the people that were in those lands. The Hittites, the Pezerites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Gershites, the Jebusites, right? All these people were in this land, and we had to take it from them. Why? Because Yahweh promised it to Abraham and his descendants, right? So let's jump from Genesis. I just wanted you to see the 400 years that was prophesied through Abram, and now we're going to jump into Exodus, and we just going to basically be in Exodus dealing with our brother Moses. But let's start from the top. I'll just go to Exodus 5. Exodus chapter 5. And we'll start at verse 1. Israel labor increase. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel, let my people go. Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, who is Yahweh, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not Yahweh, neither will I let Israel go. And this is beautiful. Verse 3. And they said, the Elohim of the who? Hebrews. Right? The power of who? The Hebrews. Right? The Elohim of the Hebrews have met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto Yahweh our Elohim, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword, right? So after this, if you continue to keep reading, Pharaoh gets mad. As you can see, he puts more burdens, and he actually take the straw away from them, so they can't. It's hard for them to make bricks. If you hadn't read the book of Exodus, I encourage you to go back and read the whole book. This is how you know about the Passover. But from this, I'm going to just move on. Just getting a little context of where we at. I'm going to go into Exodus 6, very next chapter. And we'll read a little bit of this. Hopefully you guys can see it clear on the screen. YAHAWAH promise in action. Exodus 6:1. Then Yahweh said to Moses, now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And YAHWAH spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am YAHWAH. All praises be to the Most High YAHWAH. And I appeared unto Abram, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by thy name, the Shaddai Allah, which means the Almighty God. But in Hebrew it's the Shaddai, or the Shaddai Allah. But by my name, Yahweh, or as it says right here, Jehovah, but what there was no J's created until the late 1600s. There was no J. That's why if you have a 1611 King James Bible, there's no J in that Bible. So if the letter J wasn't invented, it cannot be Jehovah. But this is what's written right here, so we'll just, But by my name Yahweh, or as it says Jehovah, was I not known to them. Right. Verse 4. And I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of who? Canaan, the Canaanites, the land of their pilgrimage wherein they were strangers. Right? Remember the 400 years that Abraham, the Most High Yahweh had told Abraham that he would give them this land, his descendants, his seed. Verse 5. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am Yahweh, and I will bring you out of under these burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with a great and with great judgments. Verse 7. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a Elohim, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, your Elohim, which bringeth you out of from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you into the land concerning which I did swear to give it to who? Abram, to Isaac, and to Jacob. So that's who that land, the land of Canaan, if you go on the map, which is today called Israel, that land was truly given to the Israelites of the Bible, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And I will give it you for a heritage. I am Yahweh. Verse 9. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for anguish of the spirit of Rakah, and for the cruel bondage, meaning they were under cruel slavery, right? Their spirit was low. All of the burdens that was on upon them. Isn't that something? So ironic, huh? The same way our ancestors were in slavery and the burden was upon them and they lost their faith, just as people don't have faith today. Verse 10, Exodus 6:10, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moses spake before Yahweh, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall the Pharaoh hear me, who am of uncircumcised lips? Moses didn't even have courage in himself. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them charge unto the children of Israel, and unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So Moses goes and he assembles everybody, and now he's about to get on the move. Let's go to the next chapter. Like I said, I'm just moving through, and if you have not read Exodus, please go back and read it. This is how you will know what your ancestors went through and what Passover is all about. I'll read a little bit of 7. Exodus 7:1. I will stretch out my hand, and Yahweh says unto Moses, See, I have made thee a Elohim to Pharaoh. Meaning he don't gave him power over Pharaoh, right? And Aaron thy brother shall be a prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt, but Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I might lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, or Mizraim in the Hebrew, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as Yahweh commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron was 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. So let's move forward. We'll jump to 8. So now the plagues are starting, as we can see here. Now he's bringing these things, Yahweh's bringing these things upon the Egyptians. I'll read a little bit of this and then we'll move on. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all the borders with frogs. And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thy house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon the bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy ovens, and into thy kindroths. And the frogs shall come up both on thee, and upon thy people, and upon thy servants. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched forth his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. Right? And if you continue to read, so forth and forth. Let me jump down to that was like I said, the plagues of the frogs, Salakia. And here's another plague of insects. I'll read a little bit of this. This is why it's important for you to go through the book of Exodus so you can understand the plagues and the things that happened that led up to Passover. Right? Exodus 8:16. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so. And Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. Basically, Pharaoh called these called his magicians and people to try to stop what Yahawah was bringing. But, of course, they had no power against our power, which is Yahawah, the Shaddai Allah, right? The Almighty. Abanawi Yahawah, called Halal Yahawah, Ba Shama Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. To all the brothers that speak Hebrew, or sisters that speak Hebrew. Let's move on. Like I said, we just kind of touching a little here, a little there. Let me go on to Exodus chapter 10. Like I said, we just touching on a few things to lead up to the Passover, because like I said, that's what's coming, that's what's approaching us in a matter of a few weeks. So I would just want to get this out here so people could be prepared, start to prepare, get their house prepared. This is another plague, the plague of the locusts. And Yahawah said unto Moses, Exodus 10:1, Go unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might show thee my signs before him. And thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's sons what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am Yahawah. And Moses and Aaron came into Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith Yahawah Elohim of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Ooh, we all praises to the Most High Yahawah. I'm telling you, powerful. Else if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into thy coast. Of course, you know Yahawah did it. You know he did it. Let's jump down. I'm going to jump down to, here's another plague. So that was the locust. Now here's another one. Darkness over the land. Right? So that was one plague. Here's another plague. Exodus 10:21. And Yahawah said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand towards the Shemayim, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward the Shemayim, and there was a thick darkness in the land of Egypt 3 days. 3 days. Notice everything is 3 days. That 3 is a symbolic symbol. They saw not one another, verse 23, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. All the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. But Egypt didn't. And Pharaoh called to Moses and said, Go ye, serve Yahawah. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. But no. And Moses said, Thus, thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto Yahawah Elohim. But we know that it didn't go as like that. Of course, the Most High hardened his heart even more. And thus, we'll move to the next chapter. Like I said, if you haven't read this, please go back and read it. In chapter 11. And as you can see on the screen, it says Exodus chapter 11, the last plague, right? So now we're at the last plague. And Yahawah said unto Moses, Yet I will bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man brawl his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yahawah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servant, and in the sight of the people. I bet he was. Now he was great after all them plagues, after all those things he did, or Yahawah did through him. And Moses said, Thus saith Yahawah, about midnight will I go into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon the throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahawah doeth put a difference. I hope you see this. That Yahawah put a difference between the Egyptians, and Israel. So there's a difference. We are not all the same. Just pointing that out. Verse 8. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out. Get thee out. And all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And Yahawah said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you. Listen. He will not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all the things, wonders before Pharaoh. And Yahawah hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. One thing I want to share with you before we get to this last chapter. Let me just show you a few things. Some people may already know, but for those who don't know, I'm just going to show real quick, just, about our Father, Yahawah. This is Isaiah chapter 55, and I'm just going to read real quick, verse 11. It says, So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So remember, Yahawah's word will not come back void, right? Let me get another one. Like I say, those ones who already know, you already know what it is. So I'm just showing the people who don't know. This is Malachi 3 and 6. For I am Yahawah, I change not. He does not change. Therefore, ye sons of who? Jacob are not consumed. So Yahawah does not change. Whatever his word is, whatever he said, as I just read in Isaiah, it does not come back void, right? Just so we get that clear understanding. Now let's jump back over Exodus chapter 12 and go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, I just want to go through a few plagues, kind of show you. And all is just, was leading to the Passover, right? So Exodus chapter 12, now we're going to talk about the Passover lamb. Verse 1, and Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year. So yes, our new year is coming, is rapidly approaching. Let me look at my calendar. Think we have less than 2 weeks. I'm looking at about, less than 2 weeks to the first. So I would say probably about 11 days. I really can't see from here where I'm sitting, but yeah, it's rapidly approaching our new year, which will be the first day of the month for our Hebrew calendar, right? And then we know after that, the 14th day is when we do our Passover. So it's rapidly approaching. Verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak unto all the congregation of Israel. This is verse 3, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Verse 4, I'm trying to make sure I had this up on the screen. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out of the sheep or from the goats. Verse 6, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, right? The 14th day. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Shall kill it in the evening. Verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two sides post and the upper doorpost of the house wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sown or sudden, at all with water, but roast it with fire, his head with his legs, and with all the pretense thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth until the morning ye shall burn with fire. So don't leave nothing, right? Whatever is left overnight, if y'all didn't eat it all, you didn't consume it all, don't let it stay until morning. Burn it with fire. Put it back on the grill, light the fire back up, and burn it, okay? Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in a haste. It is Yahweh's Passover, right? Because they was getting ready to get basically kicked out of the land of Egypt. So Yahweh wanted them to be ready. This is why he said, have your shoes on your feet, have your staff in your hand, be prepared, because it's about to go down. Verse 12, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, not tomorrow, but this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the Elohims of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh. See right here when it says against all the Elohims of Egypt, meaning all the powers of Egypt, right? Because they was worshiping false deities, their powers. So he was letting us know as the Hebrews, I will execute judgment. And then it says, I am Yahweh. Verse 13, and the blood shall be to you for a token. When you look in that word token, it's like a banner, right? Upon the house where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. That's why it's called Passover. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. Right? So all you need to know about Passover is in Exodus 12. And that's why I say I ran through a few chapters of Exodus to give you some insight. Once again, if you need more insight, please go back, read the whole book. And then after that, in verse 14, it goes into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is right after Passover. Passover is on the 14th day. And as you can see right here, verse 14, it says, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast unto Yahweh throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. This is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your house. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, thou shalt be cut off from Israel. And then it goes on, verse 16, and in the first day there shall be a Kodash convocation, or a holy convocation, means set apart. And in the 7th day there shall be a Kodash convocation, which means to be set apart. No manner of work, you treat it like a Sabbath day. No manner of work shall be done in them, except or save that which every man must eat, right? Which is called a Sabbathon, right? That only may be done of you. So on these particular Kodash days, right, like Sabbath days, you are able to cook on these days because it is a feast day, and it is Yahweh's feast day, and it is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So you can only do the type of work that day, as it says right here, of what you're going to eat. Right? So don't go to the grocery store. Don't, I got to run here and run there. You should have all that. You know, you should have all that. You should only be preparing the stuff that you're going to eat, right? So everything else should be taken care of. You know, he gives you this to be able to prepare the food because it is a Kodash gathering for his feast day. Verse 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in the self same day in the self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by ordinance forever. In the first month on the 14th day, this is verse 18. In the first month on the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month, meaning the 21st day of the month at evening. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your house, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. Nothing. You shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations, mean wherever you are, wherever you at. Don't care if you're in London, Israel, Africa, Canada, America, Mexico, Dubai. No matter where you at, you shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations. Shall you eat unleavened bread? Then Moses called for the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and what? Kill the Passover. So be ready. Get you that lamb. Be ready to put the blood on your door. Be ready to cook your lamb. Have your bitter herbs, right? Have everything that you need, your staff in hand, you know, your shoes on your feet. For we do this in remembrance to give honor and glory to our Abanawi Yahawah, right? The giver of life, the taker of life, the creator of all things. Verse 22, and ye shall take a branch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. None of you shall go out at the door of his house until morning. So remember, right here, don't go out of your house until morning. All right, stay in the house. Stay in your house. Or, some people got backyards, things like that. Wherever you doing it at, you put the blood, don't go out. It's just, it's symbolic. It's remembrance, of what we doing, right? Until we get back in the land and can truly do it, right? So we give all praises, honor, glory to Yahawah. I know it was kind of long, but like I say, this was about the Passover. Hopefully it was edifying. Like I say, you can go back, you can read it in Exodus 12, and go over it, read the whole book of Exodus. But right now we are talking about the Feast of Passover and unleavened bread. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it edified in some type of way. That's why we do this. Hopefully you loved that song that, when we started off. And we just want to give all praises to our Abanawi Yahawah, and our brother, our friend, the one who laid down his life for us, Hamashiach Yahushai. The water for everybody tuning in. The water to all the Malaks, the Aquas out there. Just the water, Kwam Yasharala, and we give all praises once again. Abanawi Yahawah, Kahallah Yahawah, Bahasham, Hamashiach Yahushai. And with that, we're going to say Shalawam.